Hello everybody and welcome back to Knaveswell farm. So the first job of today is to put the front loader on because I'm going to be trying out the big bag mod. Not the big bad mod, although it might be bad, but I doubt it because the reviews are very good. So yes, we're going to try that out today. I've never used it. There are actually two mods which are very similar to this mod, but this is the one I'm going for today because I believe that the other one is an unofficial conversion from FS13. So I wasn't going to go against the author's rights because I don't know if it's been done. I don't even know if they know that it's been done. But yes, the big bag mod is the one which I'm going to use today. It looks like a pretty good one. The reviews are fantastic. So let's hope I can do this smoothly. So basically, if you're not sure of what this is, it is allowing you to fill up fertilizer bags as you would do in real life. The big white bags, and then you can lift them up with the telehandler or the front loader. Actually, telehandler? Not sure. You would do in real life, but I don't think there is an attachment for us in Farming Simulator for that. But yeah, basically you lift it up above the spreader, and then you can load up the spreader that way instead of reversing it to a 20 kilo bag and just pressing R on the keyboard. So it should be a lot more realistic, this. Right, so this is my only concern, this fork which we're about to attach to. Basically, there are two of these because this mod allows you to do fertilizer and seed. So you can also do the same thing with the seed drill, so you lift up a bag of seed above it and you can fill it up that way. So basically, let's just show you the issue which I might be having here. It might be nothing, but just going to show you that I'm aware of it. Yeah, basically you've got two attachments here. You've got the big bag lifter and the big bag lifter, but one of them starts with an F and the other one starts with a T, and I'm not sure the difference between them. They're exactly the same price. I'm guessing one's for fertilizer and one's for seed, but I might be wrong. So just going to have a bit of trial and error here. I've gone for the one that begins with F because, you know, fertilizer begins with F. So we're just going to try my luck here. Wow, this tractor is almost out of diesel. I thought I'd already refilled it once. If that is the second load we've got through, then it is drinking it. Okay, so I've just practiced with one because I didn't do it on camera first of all. The next one is here. Let's pick that one up. I have to say they pick up very well. So we'll get the next one onto the trailer. One of them is there upside down. If you drop them, they tend to flip upside down. You can't get them up again. So you've got to be quite careful. But if you're steady, they work very well. Now I think you probably can pick two up at a time, but because these have spawned like this, it's obviously making it more difficult to get to. The spacing isn't very good. And once these are on the trailer, we will take them to the yard. We will use a few of them because we've got to spread fertilizer on fill number 9, I think it is, and possibly 8 as well. Whoop! Didn't go too well. Yeah, the interface disappears when you've got them near the trailer. I don't know why it does that. The heads-up display, but it does. It's not too much of an issue. And finally, this one here. So again, I don't know if they're reusable. They might be. You might be able to refill them. But at the moment, they are full anyway. There we go. So we've got 6 on there. One is upside down, but it's okay. We'll just sell it later. The one that's near the edge shouldn't fall off. It should be okay. So let's see how well they transport. They seem like fairly good travellers. The one which is on the edge is still on the edge and it's not moving. That will be the one we take off first of all. So we need to get the spreader filled up. We also need to get this tractor refueled, if I remember. It won't run out today, but you know, it's just something that needs to be done. We'll get the fertilizer spreader done and then we will spread 2 fields at least. And after that, possibly tomorrow, I wouldn't mind buying, if we can afford it, a corn header for our Claas combine harvester over there. Right, so if I just put this here, we'll drop that off. Yep, they have travelled very well. They must have like an integrated locking script because they didn't shift at all. Which is good to see, because I can imagine these things flying across the map, but luckily the work has been put in to make them perfect. So here is the first one. I'll try and get two together in a minute. We need to get the fertilizer spreader. Actually, the spreader should be on the John Deere, because this is the tractor we usually use, but obviously we're using it. So we'll have to detach the sprayer off here and put the spreader on here instead. The front weight can stay on as it is, that is absolutely fine. And the spreader is here. Now I don't know if it's ever animated into this base game one, if you can fold back the sheet or the tarpaulin cover which goes over it. It'd be good if you can do, but I don't think it does fold back at all. I might have to get a modded version to do that with. So yeah, let's just try it out, see how well it works. And I think the bag has sort of flipped upside down, it has done. Not really sure what that's about, but it should still work. Okay, so that is the fertilizer spreader in place. Let's slowly roll forward. You can now see an icon has appeared and it says charge on, so you press B. There it goes. Yes, if only that cover was folded back, that would look fantastic. And now the bag is empty. I don't know if you can refill it, so I'm going to try that right now. It would be very interesting to see. Obviously you wouldn't normally go and refill it straight away, because you'd fill your trailer up with the full bags and then you'd go back to the yard afterwards and refill them again. But let's just have a look. Well, I'm in the trigger, and to be honest I can't see anything, but I'm not saying that you can't refill them. But yes, it's debatable whether or not you can refill that. I think the best thing for me to do will be to drop it somewhere down here. Hopefully I'll be able to pick it up again, or maybe I should put it on the trailer. Yes, I think I'll put it on the trailer just to play it safe. If it was real life I'd drop it on the floor, but yes, I don't know what these bags are going to do if you drop them on the floor. They might just sink. Now I've got a second one. Oh yeah, it's not too bad actually. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so they do have a tendency to do this. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's the mod. The mod itself seems pretty good, but when it does that, it kind of wrecks it. So I'm not sure if I've got like a compatibility issue or if I'm just doing it wrong. Not too sure. And the second load, it seems to work better when it hasn't got two on the forks, otherwise it can really just go mad. But there we go, that is full. When it went berserk, it unfortunately flipped the trailer across the map. So yes, that was unfortunate. But that seems to work. Taking them off works okay. So anyway, the fertilizer spreader is full. In theory, this is a fantastic mod, but I think it does need a bit of work. Unless it is just me. It could be. So I daren't say that it's a bad mod, because everyone else thinks it's a good mod. So yeah, it must be something I'm doing wrong. I tried to look for some instructions about how to use it, and to be honest I couldn't find any. So I'm just sort of just going for it and seeing if I can do it. But clearly I am failing quite miserably. Right, anyway, here we go. Let's put the first tram line up, because we haven't been in this field yet. Hopefully that is spreading us a good width. Yep. And then eventually we'll have to do some spraying in here as well, but not straight away. I had to reset one of the bags, the one at the store, so that is why it's in the field here. I think that the reset point has changed between my pre-release version and the actual public release. It seems to be different. But it's better actually, because it's much closer to the yard now. Yep, I think it was pretty good coverage anyway, but just going up the middle just to be sure. So that should all be good. We'll switch it off there. Head back down the tram line. And we need to move on to field number 9. So I think with a bit more practice I could make this mod really work. Or even some guidance would be fantastic. But yes, it's not a bad mod. It definitely is not a bad mod. I can see where it's going. It's just it does that weird flip out thing, which I'm not really sure why. It could be as simple as me not having the most up-to-date version, but it was the most up-to-date on the website which I found it on. But maybe that isn't the best website to go for. I'm really not too sure. So let's spread this on here. Shouldn't take too long at all. And then I'd love to try and find a corn header for our Claas Dominator. Yes, it isn't the same Dominator as what I'm using on Thornton Farm. A few people were a bit concerned that I was using the same combine twice, but it is slightly different. It is a bigger one, the one on Thornton. This one we've got on here is smaller. I like the way you can actually see the crystals coming out, so you know where you've been. Because, you know, with the normal chemicals it would change the texture colour on the ground, but with this it actually changes the colour of crystals which are spread onto the land. So yeah, it's very good the way it does that. And I think finally we need to go down here as straight as possible. And then we'll be done. I think it's best to leave the big bag mod to one side for now, but we will return to it in the future. It just needs a bit of work, or I need to find out exactly how to use it, more importantly. Also, now I've got the cows, they will be producing the slurry and the manure, so we won't have to necessarily use the artificial fertiliser as much, and certainly with grassland we will be using the slurry spreader a lot more. So I'll take it back over here, and yeah, the header which I know fits this Dominator is, I think it's a red one. I don't know the make of it, but I know you can get one. Just thinking about that, I might have said in yesterday's episode, you will have probably seen it by now, but I think I was talking about the Mega, which is in Thornton Farm on Knaveswell. Getting very confused myself. Whoa, that is weird. Right, so let's just see if we can afford it. It is obviously another expense, which is not ideal, but if we can afford it, that'd be great. But we can't afford it, so what I could do is either sell some silage or we could just rent it. Depends what is the best option here. Apparently it's easier just to rent stuff for a day and more realistic, so I think we will do, because, well, that's a day and 1 hour, but yes, a few people were saying that it wasn't very realistic just to rent stuff for an hour, which is true. You wouldn't normally rent something for an hour, so I think what we need to do is just sort things out here first of all, and then we need to get the combine going. We'll probably do just the headland for today, but if we can make a good start on our other maize field, that would be fantastic. And while I'm thinking about it, it probably would be a good idea to refuel the FENDT. So I'll do that now before I forget. And that'll probably be quite expensive. Fuel is not cheap. Soil mod has just updated and I've just seen the reason why. 28 degrees today. Hang on, how could it be 28 degrees in the day and 1 degree at night? Really? That is a drastic temperature difference. That can't be right, surely. It's like nearly freezing and then it's like scorching hot sunshine during the day. Oh well, it must work. Right, let's get this trailer out of here. We are going to need it. And I'll also take the fork off the front. I think we'll keep the front loader attached because otherwise, in real life, it's going to be quite time consuming if I keep taking the front loader off every single time I don't need it. So I'll just do that now. It does fall over, but you can pick it up again. So let's head up to field number 1. The harvester has to go over to the shop first of all. So I'll just pull over and let it go past. And I'm pretty sure we don't need a header trailer for this either because it folds up. Unlike the standard serial header, this one folds up to the centre, which obviously makes it a lot easier to transport. Actually, with this Dominator we probably don't even need a header trailer anyway, because the header is so small. But it's just for the tight roads and the tight gateways, it can be easier if you have the header on a trailer. Yeah, that really does make it easier. You can just about see the wing mirrors, but not too well. Okay, so we're going to head down to the field with it now. Hopefully the field is ready. It wasn't far off when I looked before. Right, it's on the final growth stage, so yes, it's pretty much there. If we just speed up time slightly, we should be able to persuade it to be ready. Although I have noticed that the maize takes longer to ripen than the cereals. I'm not sure if that is just soil mod doing that, but I've noticed that recently. The steering isn't fantastic on the Dominator, but it gets us by. So there's the field. I think they're retextures. They look really good, and there it is, ripening now, all done. So we can slow the time right down again. I don't like doing that, but to be honest, we're going to be here forever if I was to wait for that in real time. I think I've just skipped about 5 hours, so that would be a lot of Let's Plays before he'll be ready. So let's get this into the field, which is going to be quite tricky. Alright, I think we're in. And we should be able to unfold the header and start harvesting. What I need to do really is go anti-clockwise. I usually go clockwise around the field, but with the gates being there and us being in the way of the gate, I think we're going to have to go anti-clockwise just the first time round, and then we can go back in reverse again. Just seems like the easiest option here. So yeah, basically we'll get the headlands taken off today, and then tomorrow we'll get the field finished. It's going to take a while with this small header, but it is still bigger than the serial header. And although this isn't seen that often, I still want to do it. It might be the case that this is done for birdseed in the UK. I'm not sure. I've never seen it done, so I can't say. but you know, you sometimes do get corn in birdseed, so you would have thought that some of it would be produced in the UK. If you are aware of anywhere where this is done in the UK with a combine harvester, please do let me know, because I would love to know. I'm guessing it would be somewhere in the south of the country, well, England, but I'm not too sure. I like the textures it's leaving behind as well. The chopped textures, it looks really good. So yeah, I think this is going to be the best thing to do to finish off today's episode with, especially as I need to know some more about those fertiliser bags. If you've used them before, which I'm sure you will have done because it was someone who suggested them to me anyway, please do tell me if it's the mod at fault or if it's me at fault. I think it's me. So please do tell me the controls or what I'm doing wrong, because, you know, I want to do it properly in another episode. So without your help, as there is no guide for them at all, it's going to be quite tough to work it out. We're almost full, we haven't even gone around once yet, so that just shows how good the yield is going to be on this field. I think that is really because Soil Mod has automatically started every field off at a relatively good fertilised state. So yeah, the yield they're bringing in is really good. But once they've been harvested, you've got to maintain them. If we can get to the gate, that would be fantastic. That is a miracle. It's going to be exactly right. Wow, that is amazing. So if I pull over here, we'll put the auger out, and then we'll get our FENDT tractor to come and unload us. And there is our lovely corn. So, never really looked at the price of the corn before. Hopefully you can actually sell it. That would be good. I think actually it's not been done really for the map. So I know that you can sell barley because I've already done it. So the price is a mystery. It will probably be around £400 or £500 per tonne. That's a good time. It's hard to say. But it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so let's get the trailer reversed and then we can continue with the combine. I think we'll go around once more today. And it seems like a nice evening on Knaveswell Farm. The lighting is just perfect. It always makes it look very atmospheric. That could be one of the mods I'm running, so it might not necessarily be like that on your version, but there are mods out there which allow you to adjust the daylight and the lighting. It does make a drastic improvement. And I think that is us pretty much done for today. So we'll leave it there. We'll just put the auger out and we'll unload it into the trailer. I don't think it will fill the trailer, So what we'll do is we'll just basically leave everything as it is, and then we'll resume tomorrow and get this field finished off. It does make a nice change doing corn instead of silage harvesting, but I like both. They're both good. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, although yes, it wasn't amazingly great with the big bags, but I think that was me, like I say. So yeah, any guidance would be fantastic. Thank you for watching, and until the next episode, see you again soon. Bye for now.